Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new weekly review. Many opportunities in the markets last week, but we still had to be specific and choose the right ones according to the plan. And I took two trades last week. Like I said, there were some other possibilities, but due to circumstances, according to my plan, I didn't take these trades. So starting Euro AUD. On the monthly, we have this bigger bullish M, impulse, correction counter to the trend, impulse, and from there on, the bears were kicking in. We touched this IC, we had the break, the retest, but the candle is still open. On the weekly, if I place my zone on the previous low, I can see that on this zone, we had this big impulse. We have a big impulse from here on, impulse, impulse. So there are many impulses in the past. If I go even further, I see a lot of bears, not too many bulls, but reaction on the zone, reaction on the zone, reaction on the zone. So my bias on the weekly is bullish in the phase 3. Then when I go to the daily, I can take my FIB from low to the high, and I can see that the minus 68 FIB completion is almost together with my weekly zone. And if I take my FIB from the previous one, we do have a minus 27 FIB completion right now, but for me, it's more important the minus 68. So there it was, just waiting for the price to come to the zone. And I can see the 4-hour with the impulse, correction with the trend. And bulls are kicking in with this engulfing candle. When we receive the engulfing candle, I can go to the 2-hour and watch for a head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder pattern. I do have the shoulder 1, the head, possible shoulder 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the bullish M. I can place my entry on top of my box on the IC. I round the price off to the upside. 10 pips. And my take profit is on the daily first structure because I have my weekly against me and the daily as well. From there on, price left without tapping me in and reached the take profit for 2.55%. But no entry for me, so it was on to the next. Later on in the week, there was a new opportunity for Euro AUD. This one was on Monday, and the next one was on Friday. Because what did we have? The price came back. We had a 4-hour entry first, and after, when the 4-hour turned around, there's a possibility still that the daily has to turn around. What can I see? We have the shoulder 1, the head, possible shoulder 2. I place my zone on top of the IC. And from there on, I had to wait until price came back to my zone. Price came back, and we see the liquidity kicking in with this engulfing candle. Like I did earlier this week, I can go to the 2-hour for an inverse head and shoulder. What do we see? Shoulder 1, head, possible. Shoulder 2, like this. Place my limit on top. First round number and 1 pip. 10 pips. And my take profit is on my weekly or on my daily minus 27. run it off to the downside. Like this. Price took me with it. Break even. And from there on, I was stepped out on break even. Price made a new move after, but it was still struggling around the entry. So break even trade to end the week. During the week, I took a trade on Euro US dollar. Starting on a monthly, we did have this bullish M. 1, 2, 3, 4. And during the week, we touched the 100 zone of my bullish M. So my monthly bias is long. On the daily, we have this bullish M as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can see in the past, we have an impulse from the zone, an impulse, an impulse. Here in bullish territorium, but here a big impulse as well, and here a bigger impulse. But for me, the most important zones are the one most close by. And if I go to the daily, and I will take these away. Then if I go to the daily, take my fib from the low to the high, we do have the minus 27 of minus 68 fib completion. And when price comes lower, we touch the monthly zone and we receive a big impulse. So after we receive this big impulse, I want to trade with the impulse and I can trade a continuation. We have this 1, 2, 3 possible fourth leg for a bullish M. Can place my limit on top. Like this. Run it off to the upside. 10 pips. So from there on, what happened? We see that the price is making a channel. And I wanted to delete my limit over here. Because of circumstances, I was in the trade. After this one, price just didn't reach my break-even point, and eventually I got tapped out for a -1. So I took 2 trades, a break-even and a loss. There were many opportunities in the markets, but the most important thing is to stay composed and wait for your right setup. So -1 for the week. I did exactly what I needed to do. Up until next week, and I will see you guys tomorrow on a new Sunday market breakdown.